Aloha, I'm Von Cadis, and welcome to episode 6 of Let's Play Turnabout of Courage. The trial phase, we are finally here. Here and now we shall delve into Wesley's stickler. We shall delve into the trial, isn't it? Peter Bird. I was right all along. It says Wesley Stickler in the official documents. They always use the official names exactly as it is written. Regardless, his name is Wesley Stickler. Wow. Well, now that that's cleared up, the defense is ready, as expected, Miss Frey. But the same apparent can be said about the prosecution. Where's Franziska? She always appears to be gone from action. Yep, it's a fad. All the cool kids do it. The legendary Mia Frey against the undefeated Franziska von Karma. Someday. What a disappointment. Well, I guess we win. Damn! That was the hardest case I ever played in my life. I already know something's gonna happen right here. What's wrong, Your Honor? Well, usually this is the part where someone bursts out in and objects, but it seems like this time the prosecutor really has no intention of showing up anytime soon. Actually, someone did come in, Your Honor. They just didn't object. Oh dear. Am I right? Is it? Who the hell is that? You're not Miss Von Karma. Who are you? Relax, Gramps. I'll start now. It's Hazama. I remember seeing this in like a screenshot that someone sent me. I saw this one kind of coming. Damn it! Oh no! Well, no complaints, he's really cool. Well, there's so I've heard. What the hell? What kind of greeting is that? Did you guys want a Mia versus Franziska case? Were you looking forward to it? Well, not happening. Your Honor, it's obvious that the person is not the actual prosecutor. Slow it on, Booby Lady 2. You have to settle with me. I object to that. Do you have the qualifications as a prosecutor? Oh, mad already? Am I not good for you? I'm sad now. He's not. Yep, he's not. He's completely ignoring my questions. Be careful, I heard about this Hazama guy. Isn't the first time he's shown up. There's this legend that he can come out of nowhere, and his only intention is to turn serious trials into a farce. I refuse! I won't let this trial go in that direction. My question still stands. Are you really a prosecutor? The tough type. Just those who don't know what's good for them. Let me congratulate you. You found a legitimate reason to throw me out. Every time he claps, there's an audience that claps with him. There's a downside. What about you guys? Aren't you witnesses to this crime? I mean, I wouldn't want to point out your personal connection to this crime. Being lawyer and witness for the same crime is technically not legal here. You could be too involved and make up testimony to defend your client or even frame him. Usually they let this slide, but if you're pushing me, then we're both leaving the room. I guess we're leaving the room. No, we're not. I don't know. Dang, it's like we both have a disadvantage. Something that could be a law. Calling a bug. Well, actually, not a disadvantage, but anyways. Not sure if it's illegal, but let's just go. Keep going. What's it gonna be? Risk or play safe? If I'm not even a prosecutor, what possible threat could I pose? No objections. You're gonna regret it if you're gonna take me lightly. Oh, don't ignore me, so you're the new prosecutor then? Please state your name and record. I'm the king, that's all you need to know. Call me Hazama. King? Of what country? Well, why would a king be a prosecutor? Jeez, are you pretending to be dumb, or are you serious? I almost feel sorry for you. Well, name's Yuki Terumi, king of Chovania. Chovania? Yep, problem with that, Judgy? I don't. This is a court of law. You just basically got trolled. I'll show you how Hazama handles things like this. On second thought, just kidding. Please freak out. I'm already liking him. The rumors were true. He's a funny guy. Please give your opening statement. Yeah, this should be interesting. Wait, who needs crap like that? Do I look like one of those losers that you need to make flashy opening statements? I mean, seriously, if you don't know the facts about the case, you chosen the wrong job. Don't tell me you're that incapable, making him look bad. First witness? Seriously? There's no need for that. How about a deal? A deal? Yes, a deal. You'll understand correctly. Congratulations. Nice. How? Hint. You better accept it. The poor fellow is doomed anyways. It goes like this. You admit his guilt and we punish him. Oh no! He'll get found guilty for murder. Well, you know what? We are not going to take your deal. No deal. I plead the innocent. I really like the music you've chosen for this trial, Blackburn. It's awesome. Well, you've got some guts, or is it stupidity? Is it? It's both? No, I'm just kidding. Sure, do it then. Just a pity. The defendant is not guilty. Now go ahead. Are you really going to claim this was murder? I know the defendant's confession. Oh, the two F's. Ah ha 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 ha. Wah ha 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 ha. Oh god, you're too good. You think you got me now? You think there's no way to actually claim murder? Go ahead. Good luck. Motive? You need a motive to kill someone? Well, usually. Depending on what you call a motive, even I'd have one. But look at what you actually need to call it something a murder. Defendant's story is, oh, I accidentally hit him on the head. If it really was by accident, why didn't he call the ambulance right away? Oh crap. You could call him an idiot, but this does look pretty suspicious. Say what you want, I don't care. The defendant didn't commit manslaughter or murder. Really? I mean, I thought it was obvious we had to settle for one of those two. Guess we're gonna have to just make up our own as we go. Don't tell me this guy will continue like that. He probably will. What's with the gaze? Why so serious? Well, let's go with the murder then. I gave you the chance, just remember. So the defendant smacked Larry into heaven. The film in which the crime took place was locked, which could only have been done by the defendant. As you can see, the defendant did it pretty much underneath something I skipped that. That's conjecture. The key could have been stolen. Objection! Was that perfect? Sally, you're the one who stole it. On the side note, the defendant carried this key with him all the time. He himself said that. And he found the second key on the victim right after he fell down, so that's one out of the question. I still have the hunch that Phoenix put that key in there. It's just a hunch. Evidence? Witnesses? I'm waiting for something more substantial than the key. Nice. Where is everybody? The defendant is right. Defense. Even if that fact alone is very incriminating. Witnesses, huh? Didn't the whole thing happen right in front of your eyes? Alright. You can't get otherwise. Let's hear some witnesses. Call in that pathetic detective, whose pay is now negative something. Name and occupation? My name is Dick Gumshu. I'm a homicide detective. I think you're mixed up something. No, he didn't. What? I was so sure I got it right this time. Well, the name is actually homicide detective, and the occupation is Dick Gumshu. You failed again, Gumshu. What? You tricked me. Oh my god, that's too good. Haha. Alright, Mr. Detective. The girl over there needs an explanation, apparently. Oh, thank you. While you're at it, give some convincing evidence. Not sure. I preferred getting whipped to this. By the way, mess up and I'll lower your pay. As if it can't get any lower. He can lower his pay? Tell me he is a prosecutor after all. I wouldn't put it past guys like this to lie their way through. We're listening, detective. Tell us what you know. Basic facts. Well, what we found at the crime scene does only leave room for one conclusion. Larry Butts came to the church on midnight and went to the tower, probably locking the door. About 15 minutes later, the defendant snuck in and caused the victim to fall out of the window. The candle was probably blown out in the process, but we can't say who did it. Obvious, the victim didn't survive the fall. It's a pretty high tower we're talking about. Since only the defendant had a key to lock the door afterwards, we had to arrest him. Well, he's confessed anyways. You have no chance this time, Mrs. Frey. This is pretty much everything we know. What don't we know? Well, it does seem pretty clear to me. We'll see about that. Naturally. Alright, this is where things get... Oh, you're not gonna give me like a 5-minute explanation now, are you? You know, one trope per courtroom is already enough. It's unlikely that there's already a contradiction in these basic facts. I should use this to gather some info. Alright, we're gonna press the hell out of you, Gumshoe. What we found here at the crime scene does only leave room for one conclusion. That's what you assume. It's all circumstantial. Oh, oh my, this is conjecture again? Didn't you accuse me of that just a few minutes ago? Lawyers, such hypocrites. Always complaining, instead of listening to testimony and finding some real flaws. I could have expected this. Larry Butts came to the church around midnight and went into the tower, probably locking the door. He probably locked the door. What makes you so sure of that? Well, okay, technically we don't know. In that case, he could have left it open and anyone could have gone in and killed him. That's something we're looking at. I'm already getting tired of having to object to everything you say. Would you say this Larry Butts had the guts for that? Alone in the dark tower with only a candle? Would he really have let the door open? Actually, that's actually a good point. Even the door was open, it was locked when we got there. Only one guy could have done that. You know what, I'll just let you win, you know, you got some good... Wait, never mind. In that case, my defendant is not guilty of locking the door. That's not the same as murder. Of course, he just happened to walk by and lock the door. How convenient. Wake up. I'm not sleeping. I'm afraid the prosecution is right. That argument is quite shabby. You have to back it up. Dang it. About 15 minutes later, the defendant snuck in and caused the victim to fall out the window. How do you know that? Oh, come on now. Use those little gray cells. We know because you told exactly that to the police. Well, first of all, it was too dark to actually see him fall down. A pity he didn't wear a white coat then. Doesn't change the fact that he fell down. We did not see him fall down. Fine. But he was still inside before the light went out, right? That is correct. We could see him sitting in the chair. And since you found it odd that the light went out too early, you rushed there immediately. That is correct. And the only way for the victim to get down there so fast is to fall. Congrats. Logic success. Were you trolling me this whole time? Dang it. How did the culprit cause the victim to fall down then? According to himself, the defendant used the Bible because it can solve anything. Made the victim stagger around and ultimately fall out of the window. Wait, it made him stagger. Did he die instantaneously? Let's check it out. Let's see. Oh! The resulting death was instantaneous. What? Okay. I already found it. The defendant insisted on keeping it. We couldn't remove it even with force. Creepy. Pasta. Did he glue it to his hand or what? Or are you just a weakling? Well, we ran the necessary test and it discovered a small blood trace. Can you please add that one statement to your testimony about him dangling and falling off? Because that's not true. Oh, thanks. Who did that blood belong to? That's the thing. There isn't quite enough to run proper tests on it. It's glitching! Give me a second, guys. It's the... I don't want the beach ball of death. Okay, we're good. We can be happy that Luminol reacted at all. Are you kidding me? If it was blood, you can test it. Well, that's what I was told. I don't know. But we don't have any results on that yet. Detective, how long do you think they'll need to give us more substantial results? I really don't know. I don't know where that blood is from. Maybe it's ketchup. What a shame. Pathetic. Well, it's decisive enough. Bible boy, they would never have let go of that thing. The Holy Bible. Only his fingerprints, and there's a small blood stain. Well, but that wasn't the cause of death anyways. Of course not. But that attack was what made him fall out of the tower. Oh, okay. And obviously he wouldn't have survived the fall. That window is about 10 meters. Okay, never mind about the contradiction. Technically speaking, there's no reason to think that those two events are unrelated. Maybe he just knocked the victim unconscious and someone else picked him up and threw him out. Locked door. Damn it! Then who would it be? It seems a defense theory went nowhere again. Let's proceed. Hold on. About 15 minutes later, the defendant... Okay, let's keep going. The candle was probably blown out in the process, though we can't say who did it. Maybe it was Larry farting, like my theory was in the beginning. There was no struggle, and then the window was closed when the light went off. Interesting. Do you really think the defendant could have snuck up on him like that? Maybe, maybe not. Perhaps the victim didn't mind him. I slapped my table because I'm serious. The victim was supposed to be there all alone, so you're wrong. Any sudden intruder probably would have given him a heart attack, and then he would have died, and then the trial would have happened anyways. Well, seems like it did work out somehow. Look at the result. Just like what I said. Dots. You make a good comedian. You're talking, you're speaking while you're thinking. That doesn't help either. Well, it makes me laugh, so I enjoy it. Next statement, detective. Obviously, the victim didn't survive the fall. It's a pretty high tower we're talking about. Well, you know what? Hold it right there. Are you sure he didn't survive the fall? Oh god. Oh, this is where the contradiction lies, isn't it? Please, someone in the audience. Tell me someone recorded this. Well, I'm recording right now. Does that count? I really like this guy. I'm just gonna let you win. Let's end this case and let you win, because you are awesome. He even had a female voice. Are you sure he didn't survive like that fall, Daddy? Well, we are talking about a high church tower here. Don't worry, nobody will survive that. What he said. It's rather unlikely to survive a fall like that. And look at the autopsy. It's on the case of death, an instant one of death. Oh, crap, okay. The victim fell down 7 meters before he died. So while he was falling, and then he died. The resulting wound of said fall was fatal. Oh, okay. I thought his death was by the book. My bad. Fine, let's go on then. Since only the defendant had a key to lock the door afterwards, we had to arrest him. Well, you know what? Where did you find the key exactly? Was it from Phoenix? Yep, he had it with him, so there. And there's really no other way to get inside the room. Well, it is a pretty old door we're talking about here. So I suppose it could have been lockpicked or something. Sorry, but are you dumb? Oh, what the? I thought I just saw him with eyeliner. Anyways, you're ruining your own case there, you know? Seriously. How? At least you seem to know what's good for you. Obviously, this wouldn't hold up for long. Detective, did you find any suspicious scratches or something suggesting a lockpick? Oh, well, no. Well, you get a round of applause. Thanks for that. That fact just saved you from a pay cut. Be glad. And then you're gonna get your pay cut in like 5 minutes or so. I wasn't only talking about the door. What about the window hidden passages? Wow, amazing. I mean, this is an old church. It's perfectly legit to suspect some hidden passages here. What a pity that they don't exist. Oh, you troll. That's correct. We didn't find any secrets. But wait, there's more. That's the purpose. Nobody should be able to find them. Uh-oh. I think we have a little problem here, detective. You can't disapprove their existence. What? What am I supposed to do about that? Nothing. The defense can't find them either, so just be trolled by that fact. And without evidence, they can't just claim there's a secret passage, right, Judgy? Yeah, that's right. Huh. What about the window? Oh, so a monkey did it. You think someone climbed up there? I'll give you one for your monkey. Well, you should be able to tell us if that's how it happened. You observed the whole thing outside, didn't you? That's true, but it was rather dark, and I was with one monkey outside, and I didn't see any others. Nice try, miss, but there was a light in the room, and you could see the window. Or are you telling me you would have climbed a big shadow climbed in through the window? Are we seriously talking about a big monkey right now? So there you go. You could have figured it all out by yourself. I thought at least the legendary Mia Fey wouldn't rely on such strong techniques. What a disappointment. Well, not really. Oh, Mia is like so frustrated. I'm just like laughing. What a great start. The detective doesn't really know anything new. And the prosecutor just keeps taunting me. Mia, read between the lines. I'm sure there's something you can use. Well, you're the one with the greater intuition here, so I'll keep my mouth shut now. Thanks for being useful as always. Is that the second time I've said that? I'm gonna keep count. Would there already be a problem here? Yes, with this, because it's supposed to be that. But anyways, even Gumshu would have noticed any obvious contradictions, so I'll keep pressing for info until I can find something I can use. Aha. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and in the next episode I'll show you what I get after presenting the right thing. I'll show you my reactions if it's wrong too. See you guys next time.